Dr. Danieley chant breaks out here in Alumni Gym at the under 8 media timeout.
Dr. James Earl Danieley has been at Elon University for over 70 years. As a student, dean, and president, he has been an inspiration for scholarship, progress, and a tradition unique to Elon hoops.
My wife and I sat in the balcony on the east side. The one night, to my great surprise, all of a sudden as we were sitting there, the guys over in Larger, the guys started calling out my name. And I didn't know what to do. I never heard of such a thing in my life. So I stood up and just waved to them. And they responded. And it felt pretty good. Well, the next game we went to, I took a towel with me. And along about 10 minutes before the end of the game, after a timeout, they started calling my name. Well, by that time, I wasn't quite so shocked, so I stood up and waved my towel. And they responded, and it felt good. I don't know, we felt like we were together on this thing. And so thus started the practice.
You can count on it. It's the 8-minute media timeout in the second half, and no one prompts anything. Everybody in the building sees it coming, knows what to do.
It's not a game here unless at the under 8 media in the second half, the students start chanting Dr. Danieley. He enjoys it, our students enjoy it, and it makes me smile too.
People know how much he means to this campus and what he's done for the school, so it's definitely something that the students love to do for him.
And they participate in the tradition, and that allows the conversation to continue about what a great man, and in fact, what a great Elon man Dr. D is.
The hoops tradition is about 10 years old, but Dr. D's love affair with Elon started in 1941 when he decided to enroll at the then Elon College.
I was reared on a farm about 5 miles from here. I was the oldest child. We grew tobacco for cash, and we grew corn and wheat. And my dad and mama were just so determined that I would go to school. So we decided I would go to Elon. But for the first 3 years, I stayed home, ran the farm, because I was the oldest child, and kept the family in business.
After graduation, Danieley remained at Elon to teach chemistry, eventually becoming dean of the department. While working on his doctorate at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, he received a surprising phone call, bringing him back to his alma mater.
I went in to answer the phone. It was George Coakley, who was secretary of the Board of Trustees. We talked a little bit, and he said, well, we elected a new president at Elon today. And I said, you did? Who was that? And he said, you. George, I said, you are crazy. He said, no, we're serious about this. We've talked it over, and we think you should be the next president of Elon College. July of '57, I was the new 32-year-old president at Elon College and did that for 16 years before I retired at age 48 and went back to teach chemistry where I wanted to be all the time.
The newly appointed president had large aspirations for the school he calls home, including in athletics.
Well, now, I'm 32 years old. I'm a little smart alecky and maybe not as diplomatic as I ought to be. And I said, I am going to run the athletic program. I'd been a student, I'd been a teacher, I'd been dean, and I had just a whole list of things I wanted to see happen to Elon.
Dr. Danieley went on to hire the all-time winningest football coach at Elon, brought the school through the ranks of the NCAA, and one of his proudest achievements was fostering the creation of intercollegiate athletics for women at the school, with the hiring of famed women's basketball coach Kay Yao.
I tried hard. I wanted a really sound athletic program across the board because I wanted my coaches to be honorable. I wanted them to do a good job. I wanted them to promote scholarship. I love going and having to read out the names of the ones on the honor roll. I'm just thrilled to death because that's what I want to see.
Elon made the decision to go from NAIA to Division II to Division I. And Dr. D seen where we started, how we've decided to make the changes, and how far we've come.
Always looking for ways to improve things for the university, and he's not shy about giving his suggestions. I think he's very centered on how we can do the best we can do for our students. I think he continues to do that year after year.
I like the fact that we are shooting to be at a national level. I think it's the right thing because I think we've got academics first, and it's something I can be proud of, and I like it.
Throughout his time at Elon, Dr. D has become an icon, not only around campus and courtside at Alumni Gym, but in the hearts of everyone he touched along the way.
He's just such a nice, genuine guy. He cares so much about not just the Elon program, but just Elon University as a whole. And he's meant so much to this institution.
When you first have a chance to meet him and talk to him, and you know that you can learn a lot from him, not only about Elon because of the years of experience he has, but you can learn about life.
His legacy at Elon is going to be huge. I'm sure that I am not the right one to really kind of encapsulate what his legacy is. In the world of athletics, certainly you'll think of a person with his hand up and a towel in his hand. That will be ingrained in everybody's mind going forward. But to me, I would hope that his legacy within the athletic department would be his friendship and his relationships that he built with everybody in the department.
There's nothing greater for me than after a game that, our players shake hands with the fans, but Dr. D's always there on the sideline for a handshake, for a hug, for encouragement, and just a great symbol of who we are in this community.
I have such a relationship with the men on the team. It is unbelievable how nice those guys are to me. I intend to be there and intend to be right there. And my boys know I'll be there.